Hi friends, you're on the F1 Life channel. In this video, we are going to talk about what happened between Zak Brown, Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris. Are you ready to know all the details? Watch this video to the end to find out all the details of the scandalous story. Max Verstappen has secured his fourth consecutive championship, further cementing his status as one of the greatest drivers in Formula One history. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is that Verstappen spent much of the season racing in the third or fourth fastest car on the grid, adding a layer of complexity to his dominance. Verstappen's sharp memory also played a part in his success. He didn't forget comments made by McLaren's team principal, Zak Brown. After clinching the title in Las Vegas, Verstappen made sure to ensure he won his third championship before Lando Norris had a chance to challenge him, albeit briefly. But could McLaren use Verstappen's words as motivation for 2025? And if they do, how will this affect the relationship between Norris and Verstappen? It's safe to say that McLaren and Red Bull have had a fierce rivalry this season, both on the track and off. Ultimately, Verstappen emerged victorious, but not before taking a playful jab at Brown. Meanwhile, both Brown and Norris congratulated Verstappen, acknowledging his championship victory. Verstappen's comments to Brown following the Brazilian Grand Prix have certainly given McLaren something to think about, especially after the team realized they had the fastest car for much of 2024, but failed to capitalize on it. Verstappen, in a moment of calm after the race, acknowledged McLaren's strong performance, saying, "You pushed us all the way. Like you said before, I could only win in the fastest car, but this year is a little bit different." Brown, clearly in a good mood, responded with, "That's exactly right, and well done for the achievement." This remark from Verstappen wasn't made in isolation. It was a response to earlier comments by Brown, who had suggested Verstappen could only win championships because he was in the fastest car. Brown even claimed that 6 or 7 drivers could have won the championship if they'd been behind the wheel of Verstappen's Red Bull, implying that Verstappen wouldn't have been as successful in any other car. While Verstappen's 3 championships in the ground effect era are hard to argue with, the criticism from Brown looks increasingly misplaced. Verstappen's dominant 2023 campaign, in which he won 19 out of 23 races, proved that his success wasn't solely down to the car. This statement from Brown, made on the Beyond the Grid podcast, raised eyebrows in the paddock. Brown suggested that there were 6 or 7 drivers on the grid who could have been world champions in a Red Bull, but that Verstappen wouldn't have won the title in any car other than the Red Bull. It was a bold claim, but it has aged poorly. McLaren's MCL38 was the fastest car on many circuits in 2024, especially from Miami onwards, and the team struggled to extract maximum performance. This further emphasizes how impressive Verstappen's 4th title is, given the level of competition he faced, particularly when McLaren had the fastest car on the grid, but failed to capitalize on it. McLaren's issues went beyond the car. The team's strategic errors, such as the one in Hungary where Piastri arguably deserved a win but Norris was asked to give up positions, showed that McLaren's focus wasn't entirely on competing for the Drivers' Championship. The team's primary goal was the Constructors' Championship. And while they didn't expect Red Bull to experience such a downturn, McLaren failed to capitalize on the opportunity to challenge Verstappen in the drivers' standings. The rivalry between Red Bull and McLaren also heated up off-track, with Helmut Marko taking jabs at Norris, even questioning whether he was the best driver in his own team. Marko also criticized Norris's mental health struggles, which had been a source of personal battles for the Brit. With the arrival of Oscar Piastri, however, it was clear McLaren had to move forward, leaving those off-track tensions behind and focusing on the future. This wasn't the first time Brown had taken aim at Red Bull. Earlier in 2024, he called the Austrian team a pretty toxic environment, suggesting that it played a role in Adrian Newey's departure, along with other significant departures from the team. Brown even hinted that McLaren had received an influx of resumes since Newey's exit. But these comments, while provocative, haven't changed the reality of the Drivers' Championship, where Verstappen's dominance remains unchallenged. The Constructors' Championship remains an important battle, and McLaren is likely to finish third, a feat achieved only twice before in F1 history by Keke Rosberg in 1982 and Nelson Piquet in 1983. However, McLaren's focus must shift towards 2025. They have two highly talented drivers, and with the right adjustments, they could challenge for the title next year. But McLaren will need to sort out their internal strategy and consistency, especially after missing key opportunities in 2024. The situation between Norris and Verstappen is also evolving. Once close friends, their relationship has begun to cool since their crash in Austria. Norris recently admitted that their friendship is not as close as the media portrays it. While they still get along off track, the pressures of their competitive rivalry have strained their personal bond. Norris explained, "Everybody thinks we're better mates than we are. I have other people who are my real friends. Verstappen is a guy I get along with well off the track, and that doesn't change. I'm good at keeping things separate. If someone treats me like crap on track, it doesn't mean I'll treat them likewise off track. My work and my personal life are two very different worlds." As for the 2024 championship, it's clear that Verstappen's dominance remains intact. Norris could end up finishing third in the drivers' standings, with Charles Leclerc breathing down his neck. Fortunately for Norris, a strategic call in Las Vegas played in his favor, preventing a major points loss to the Monegasque driver. The final races of the season should favor the McLaren MCL 38, but the team's Constructors' Championship lead is under pressure, and the competition is far from over. Analyzing the 2024 season, one thing stands out: Verstappen's brilliance on the track. His performances in Canada, Spain, Miami, Silverstone, and Brazil confirm why he is a four-time world champion. His ability to battle multiple teams, implement masterful race strategies, and deliver flawless performances has made him one of the most accomplished drivers in Formula One history. This season has been a valuable experience for Norris, and if he can pull it off, 2025 could be a defining year for him. What do you think? Was Verstappen's comment to Brown a legitimate assertion of his F1 dominance? And will McLaren be able to respond in 2025 with a real title fight? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're curious about George Russell's victory in Las Vegas, be sure to check out the video that's on your screen right now. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest news in the world of Formula One. See you soon.